This is hi-fi, okay? High fidelity. You know what that means? That means this is the highest quality fidelity. Hi-fi. Those are two very important things to have in the stereo system.
Join me, Kim Tracy, on High Fidelity for a mix of music with a focus on newer music and lesser-known artists every every Thursday at 2 p.m. on the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC and streaming with the iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps.
This program on WHPC is brought to you in part by Nassau Community College, which offers you the power to choose your future. With over 3,000 course offerings and over 80 degree and certificate programs.
Follow the path that will take you to a four-year college or prepare you for a variety of exciting careers, including health sciences, criminal justice, engineering, and more.
More information is available online at ncc.edu.
Winner of the Best Training Manual Award from the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System.
The Voice of Nassau Community College.
This is the award-winning 90.3 WHPC.
WHPC HD Garden City.
Available on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome to another edition of From the Press Box here every Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Talking sports on WHPC. My name is Rob Leonard. Joining me, of course, is award-winning sports writer and, yes, my brother, Tim Leonard.
Hey.
Hey, brother.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey. I have no idea what song that was.
That was Fever, the beginning of Fever by Aerosmith. They were talking about Aerosmith on the last show, so I figured I'd play a song they didn't talk about. Maybe I should have.
Something better at the break.
Yeah, so anyway, we're here every Monday as 9 to 10, and then the show turns into a podcast later on Spreaker.com, also on iTunes. And we'll be talking with Pat Calabria, former Newsday sports writer who covered the Islanders back in the glory days, talking about the passing of the architect, Bill Torrey, who died this past week.
Very sad news.
Very sad news. I mean, the guy did it, man. He did something that will never be done again. Let's be honest.
Well,
he put together one of the great franchise runs,
and he actually did it for two teams, if you think about it, because
right.
He did it for the Florida Panthers after
right.
he did it for the Islanders.
And I don't know if he ever wrote a book, but he worked for Charles O. Finley.
Yes, he did.
For the Oakland Seals, back when they were the Oakland Seals.
And he couldn't get out of there fast enough.
And I'm sure he had some good stories because years ago, Timmy did an article on Charles O. Finley, and he called the house, and I pick up the phone and I go, hello, and he goes, yeah, this is Charles O. Finley. Is Tim Leonard there? And I'm like, what? Because Timmy hadn't told me that he was calling.
I was a mover and a shaker back then.
And Timmy, I go, Timmy's in the shower. I go, Timmy, some guy Charlie Finley calling? He goes, oh my God, he's not supposed to be calling right now. And so Timmy gets out of the shower and does the interview with him. But that was pretty cool. And that was the article about the football with the
yellow stripes on it.
Right, and it's on the long part of the ball, not the short part of the ball.
Correct.
And so anyway, we'll be talking with Pat about Bill Torrey. Let's start off with what's got to be the hottest sports story in New York right now, and that's a couple of weeks ago the Mets were the hottest thing right now in baseball. But right now, I shouldn't say right now then, but then right now, let's be honest.
The Mets are in shambles.
Mets have many problems, and the Yankees have stepped up and said, hey, we'll take over.
Well, it's not like it's a competition between the Mets and the Yankees. But,
yes, it is.
But the fact of the matter is that the New York Yankees, your New York Yankees, are the hottest team, not even in baseball right now. They're the hottest team in sports right now.
I agree. They're playing very well.
Just finding ways to win. And when you look at what happened yesterday, first of all, yesterday's game, the Yankees wind up winning 7-4. But what a strange game! What an American League game that was! Because through 7 innings, both the Indians and the Yankees combined for 1 hit. All right, that was from the Indians.
Right.
from the Indians. Domingo Germán, or actually no, the Yankees had the hit. My bad. But Domingo Germán, the rookie, pitched 6 innings. His first start for the Yankees ever. 6 no-hit innings.
Not bad.
What do you mean not bad? How can you do better?
Why aren't you left in at that point? That's the question.
84 pitches. Because he's been in the bullpen.
So
he's they haven't stretched him out. He's not ready to throw 100. You don't want to damage a kid's arm because of some milestone. This is the same thing that happened to David Cohn when he came back from the aneurysm surgery. He was 6 or 7, I think it was 7 innings, no-hit ball against the A's. And Joe Torre he came out, he said, "You're done." And Cohn was like, "Okay, I can't really argue with you because I haven't pitched in how many months?" It was the right move.
I think when you're on the way to a no-hitter, you leave him in until the first hit, and then you can take him out.
No, absolutely not.
Well,
he threw 84 pitches, and I'm
84.
I'm pretty sure his pitch count was supposed to be 75 to 80, and they left him in to finish the inning. But if you look at Germán's stuff, and this is the other point that I was going to bring up because it actually has to do with the Mets, because apparently there have been some Yankee fans or some people connected with the Yankees in some way saying that, maybe we should pick up Matt Harvey now that the Mets have designated him for assignment. And what a bad decision that would be.
Why?
Because if you saw Domingo Germán yesterday, the kid's stuff is electric. His stuff is what Matt Harvey's was in Matt Harvey's second year. Do you remember what Matt Harvey was like back then?
I remember it fondly.
Do you remember how unhittable he was and how he made batters quake? Because he had the fastball that was a heater, a true heater. And yesterday with Germán, and I hate to use this comparison because every Latin pitcher gets the same comparison, but he looked like Pedro yesterday.
Pedro Martinez.
That's how much the stuff moved. That's how nasty and filthy the stuff he was throwing was. It was beautiful. I was loving watching this kid because the Indians were flailing. Okay. They had no idea where stuff was going. It was darting. It was going up and down and sideways. They couldn't touch him.
Wasn't spitball, was it?
9 strikeouts for a rookie in 6 innings. Second most for this is where we get weird stats. Second most strikeouts for a pitcher making his first Yankee start in club history.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying like, hey, here's Ron Guidry, 1978. But when you see a kid like this come into a moment like that, and he was pitching because Jordan Montgomery is on the disabled list. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks because he's got an elbow issue. So. But when you see somebody come in and take advantage of an opportunity like that and say, okay, here we go. I watched that start yesterday, and I couldn't help but thinking by the 4th inning, I don't know if Jordan Montgomery's getting his spot back. Because if Germán puts together a couple starts like he did yesterday, and I'm not saying he's got to no-hit people, but if he shows the kind of stuff that he showed yesterday, Jordan Montgomery's not getting his spot back. You can't take out that kind of electric stuff. You can't remove that from the rotation.
Maybe you can trade Jordan to the Mets.
No. Well, Mets might want to do that, but not for Matt Harvey, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm not saying for Matt. Matt's going to be, we'll
Matt's
going to be,
he'll be released. But it was very exciting as far as that goes. But, as I was saying, after 7 innings, it's 0-0. The Indians don't have a hit yet. The Yankees have 1 hit, and the game winds up 7-4. Such an American League game. So the Indians wind up getting 4 runs off of Dellin Betances and Jonathan Holder in the 8th inning.
Right.
Betances, that was his 2nd inning, his multiple innings. They didn't hit him hard. It was just a couple of bleeders, found holes. But then in the bottom of the inning, this is how desperate Terry Francona was to try to beat the Yankees. He brings in his closer, Cody Allen, for the 8th inning.
And what's wrong with coming into the 8th inning?
There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. Cody Allen's been getting a decent amount of work, though. It's not like he's fresh. He comes in, and the Yankees almost immediately start to batter him. Double to center by Aaron Hicks. Double to right by Neil Walker. Here we go. Open the floodgates. Aaron Judge with a double. It just gets under the glove of the kid out in right field. Scores a couple, and then it was 4-3. The Yankees then get the tying run in the 9th. Intentional walk to Giancarlo Stanton, and up comes my new man, Gleyber Torres.
He is your new man.
And I have been talking about him for, a couple of years now.
You have.
All right? And here
you're ahead of the game with him.
I will point this out as far as the Indians go. The Indians desperately missed Andrew Miller.
Okay.
Because Andrew Miller would have been in that game yesterday, and Andrew Miller wouldn't have spit up that lead like Cody Allen did. So Gleyber Torres, by this point, Cody Allen's out of the game. because the Yankees are just roughing him up, and they got the tying run already. And this kid, Dan Otero, throws a lot of sinkers. And this is why Gleyber Torres, I have no doubt, is going to be a star.
Okay.
Otero's throwing sinker after sinker after sinker. And the one thing that Major League scouts and players keep talking about with Gleyber Torres is how good he is at making adjustments during at-bats. It's not like he'll do something in an at-bat and he'll come back in the next at-bat and say, oh, yeah, I remember he did that. No, he's making adjustments in the at-bat. So he's like, all right, this guy's throwing sinkers. I'm going to sit on a sinker. 3-2. It's a 3-2 pitch. You got to expect a fastball. No, sinker. So what does he do? Crushed center field. Okay. Into the bullpen, 10 feet away from Monument Park, where Gleyber Torres probably will be in about 21 years.
Don't say
Give
that.
it about 21 years.
You can't say that right now, brother. Come on.
He's the goods.
He's
the goods.
Steve Balboni,
The goods.
That's all I have to say.
Remember
Steve Balboni?
I remember Derek Jeter. That's what I remember. And this kid has a lot of Jeter qualities. He doesn't get rattled. And that was the main Jeter quality.
Is he going to date a lot of supermodels?
He does not get rattled.
Okay.
And
is he going to date Mariah Carey?
Well, he's not going to date Mariah. Mariah Carey could be his mom at this point. But, I don't know. Maybe Cardi B. I don't know how old she is. But this kid, he's already making big plays. And you think about it. The Yankees have won 15 of their last 16 games.
They're playing tremendous.
Gleyber Torres' record in the major leagues is 14-1.
Well, I have to say the Yankees,
it's stupendous.
The Mets 3 weeks ago were the team. Right now, the Yankees are. It's amazing how the Mets have fallen apart, and the Yankees just stepped up. And this week's gonna be a big week for the Yankees.
Got the Red Sox coming.
Red Sox coming.
How cool is it? I don't even know what the Red Sox percentage. You got the paper open? The Red Sox are playing like .735 baseball. All right, which means they're pretty much winning 3 out of every 4 games. And what's their lead in the American League? They should have an 8 or 9 game lead.
One game over the Yankees.
Game.
One game, and Yankees are 9-1 the last 10. Boston 6-4. Yankees 6 straight at least.
And the Yankees. Let's also remember when the Red Sox were winning all those games, who were they beating? They were beating Tampa Bay and bad teams. The Yankees just beat the Indians, who are in first place in the Central.
Yep.
And who are...
But let's be honest.
Who are a real
Hail
contender.
Central's a joke
Yeah,
right
but the Indians are a very real contender.
Yes.
All right? They beat the Angels, who are in first place in the American League West.
Okay.
And they beat... who am I missing?
I don't know.
I think it was Toronto, maybe? It was another good team. They're not beating the garbage. They're not beating the bottom of the American League Central. They're not beating the Royals or the Tigers. They're beating good teams.
Right.
They're beating contending teams, and they're crushing them. I can't say it any other way. I really like what I'm seeing from the Yankees right now. This team, the way they look and the way they come back and the way they refuse to give up in games. Yesterday was a perfect example of, you know what, 4-0. Hey, it's been a good run, and we got a day off tomorrow, and then we got the Red Sox. Let's regroup. And no, none of that. It was hey, let's go out and win this game, and then enjoy our day off, and then the Red Sox are coming to town, and we're kick their asses too.
Right. No.
That's the attitude.
Well, right now the AL East is, the best division right now in Major League Baseball.
Absolutely.
And, it's going to be a nice week for the you and your friend Croach can be screaming about each other.
He's already screaming. He's already won, and we'll talk about this a little much later.
Your friend Croach, we should say, somehow is a Boston Red Sox fan.
Because he's from Boston. What do you mean
somehow? Somehow.
He's already,
our friend Kenny was a Mets fan. Now he's a Red Sox fan.
He spent most of this week whining about the refereeing in the hockey and the Bruins Lightning series. So the less said about him.
By the way, who's the guy licking people?
Marchand.
What is wrong with that
He's
guy?
a freak. No, I'm not going.
I'm just saying. I'm not
going. Not spoiling.
I'm just saying.
Not spoiling my Yankee.
Okay, I'm just saying he's just a freak.
My Yankee zen here.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, right now, the Yankees are, let's say, right now the best team in baseball right now, even though they're in second place.
I think so. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And they have, the pitching has been stellar, and a lot of people, including me, said that if there's a weakness on this team, it's the rotation. But the rotation's been outstanding.
Right.
And Severino's pitching. The Yankees are throwing Severino, Tanaka, and Sabathia at the Red Sox. Sebastian